Hello everyone and welcome back to our C# programming language series. In this session, we will see how to declare and initialize the variables in the C# programming language. So throughout the series, I will try to write the code in a console application. So you have to install for these the Visual Studio 2019 or 2022 edition. I will suggest you can also use the older edition. Now let's me go to the Visual Studio, and here I will create a new project. Let me give a name to this project. Sorry, first I will search for the template. Now select these. I will click on next, and here let's me find here a path. Okay, okay, and I will create the project inside this folder. Okay, console learn C sharp. Okay, projects, select folder, and here I have to give the project name learn C sharp. Next, and you can choose here your version like .NET 6, .NET 7, .NET 8. As at the current time, the latest version of .NET is .NET N. That is why I will select this .NET 8.0 version. Click on create. Okay, now remove these and let's me save the application. Now here we have to declare different types of variable in the C sharp. Now first of all, we should understand why we are using the variables inside the C sharp. So basically we are using variables for saving different types of data. For example, if you have a username, then you have to save the username in a variable. For example, there is the salary also of the user, the age, and the occupation of the user. Then you have to define different types of variables. Now let's we try today such kind of variables in the C sharp, and we will use. Okay, I will try to I will try to explain in simple words. If there are some issues with the pronunciation, then am I am very sorry at the start, but I will try to explain the things in simple words. So we have to define here. Let's suppose three variables. Okay, um, int. Um, First, I will define the username. Okay, no, the username is for example, okay, and let's suppose its age. So for the age we are using integer, and in the end we can save number like 1, like 4, like a this kind of number we are saving inside the integer. Okay, now let's me save here the age 30. Now here for the name and email addresses and other things we are using the string. So if you think that your variable type is of string, then you have to use this keyword, and then the variable name, and then the is equal to sign, and then the value of the variable. Okay, and then I define here another variable. The type of the variable is integer, the name of the variable is age, And after the equal sign, I have just to assign a value. I can also do like in this way. For example, string name, I will just define the variable string, sorry, int uh, age. Okay, I will just define the variable, and then I will assign the value at this line. Okay, now let's me remove these, and here I will print the variable to the console, so that we can see the result. Okay, now to print um, the variable value to the console, there is a built-in method in the C sharp. So you have to access these methods inside the console class, console.writeLine, and it is the function. We will define the classes and the functions later. At the moment, just consider that it is a built-in class, and inside this class there is a method writeLine. So this method takes different parameters. So here I will just type a message like the user name is, and here I will pass this variable. Okay, and let's me make one another line. The user age is this variable. Okay, now here let's me see the result. I will put here a debugger and I will run the application. Okay, now to move step by step inside the C sharp, if you are running the C sharp, if you are writing the C sharp code inside the Visual Studio, and if you want to check whether things are working, then you have to put a debugger. So I just put here a debugger. Now my debugger is hitted when I run the application. Now I have to move step by step forward. Now let's me step over. Okay, now I can see that the variable the variable name is this and its value is John. Okay, now if I move over this, currently its value is 0. Let's me step over, and if I show you the value, now the age value is 30. Okay, now I will print just the message in the console. Now let's me step over. If I go to the console, you can see that the username is okay. mm, Let's me correct. The username is plus username plus age. Okay, now let's me run the application again. Step forward, and let's me print the username. You can see that the message is printed. The user, sorry for the incorrect spelling, the user name is John. And let's me step over to the next line. The user age is 30, you can see, and the program is terminated because there is no further code. It is a console application. So simply we are using the variables for different types of data to save. Like in this example, for the username, I define here a variable. The type is string, and I assign a value. Now let's me change the value of this variable in this line. For example, admin, and the age is 40, and then I will print here again the username is and the user age is. Okay, test, sorry. Now let's me run the application. step over, step over, step over, and step over. Okay. Now let me show you the result. You can see here that the username is John and 30. Now at this line, I am changing the username from John to admin. Step over, you can see that the username is not changed. And also I will overwrite the age. Now the age is 40 at this time. As I have already defined the type of the variable at this line, at line number 6 and line number 7 for age, that is why next time if I want to use the same variable, then I have not to define here uh, the type again. You can see that it will give me the compile time error, and I have to remove the string at this time because I have already defined the variable. No, I can just overwrite the value of the username. Okay. Now let's me move step forward, and at this moment you can see that the username is changed. Initial was John and now it's admin because at line number 13 we override the username value, and same for the age. Let's me step over, and you can see that the user age value is also changed at this line. So sorry for the incorrect spelling. Okay. Now we can also define different types of variable like boolean variable. Okay. Is user authorized is equal to false. So I can also print here the value of this user, and let's change the name is active user. Okay, user is active, and let's me put here the value, but I think it will, let's me check. Okay, I am concatenating basically a boolean variable with a string, so let's me check whether it's giving an error or not. Let's me check. Okay, user is active, false. If I just change its value to true, and let's me run again the application, step forward, user is active, true. So we can define different types of variable according to our needs. And here we in the next lecture I will show you the different types of variable that we are most commonly use in the C# programming. So in this video I just try to show you how to declare an variable and how to define a variable, why we are using the variable. So just to uh, keep your data inside the variable, um, we are using the variable to hold data, to store data, right? And there are different types, like obviously, for example, if you want to save the username, then obviously you will not have to use inside the integer, uh, and you can't also save the username inside the boolean tab because the boolean value either true or false. So for this purpose you can use the string type. It is the built-in type. If I just go to the definition, it is in the um, system namespace, and you can see it is basically a class, public partial class string. So it is a built-in class. It comes with a entity framework. You have no need to confuse about these. It is the built-in DLL. So lots of things you will get in the entity framework. Um, you have not write many things by yourself. So once you install the Visual Studio and you configure the .NET Core SDK or Entity Framework SDK, you will get lots of things like these. It is a class, as I said, and it is a method. So we will in the upcoming lectures, we will create our own classes, we will create our own methods like these, but our purpose of this lecture was only to define the variable. You can also define, for example, you also want to show the salary of the user. So for the salary, uh, you know that the salary may be in the decimal. uh, I mean, there should be a value after the point. For example, if the salary is if the salary is USD, okay, you can see that there are some value after the decimal. Now, for these we can use the decimal type of variable. User salary is equal to 565.25. Okay, now it's giving me the error. If I think we should try double for this. Okay, now it's working. And if I assign this value to an integer, it will not work, because in the integer variable we only save the value that have no decimal places. So let's me define here a variable, for example, user salary integer, and let's me assign this value. It will not work. It give me the compile time error. You can see cannot implicitly convert type double to integer. An explicit conversion exists. Are you missing a cast? It's mean that we can't uh, these variable, sorry, this data default type is double, and we can't assign these to the integer type variable. Okay. No, this was a short introduction about the variables in C sharp. We will cover these things in more details in the upcoming session. Thank you for watching the video. We'll meet you in the next section. Thank you.